And we start tonight with an update to a story that we first brought to you on ABC 10. An Orangevale family spent their savings on building an ADU for their family member, only to find out that more than $100,000, the $100,000 that they gave that company called Anchor Tiny Homes, would leave them with an unfinished project. Anchor Tiny Homes closed and filed for bankruptcy earlier this year, but there is some good news tonight. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen is joining us now to explain in an ABC 10 exclusive. And Jeannie, we're very happy about this story, right?
Well, Alex, after our story first aired, the family tells us that a lot of people were contacting them wanting to help. And tonight, the family gives us an exclusive look at their now finished project, all thanks to kind-hearted people.
Will you walk through the house with us?
Sure.
On this December morning,
Is this your new kitchen? Kitchen.
Sarah Schumann and her father-in-law were all smiles in his newly finished ADU.
It's really hard to put it into words, how thankful that we are as a family for this to come to fruition.
We first met this Orangevale family in July 2024.
Oh, I'm getting frustrated as heck.
Schumann hired Anchored Tiny Homes and paid the company more than $100,000, but their project was never completed.
I couldn't get an engineer or anybody from Anchored Tiny Homes to come out and take a look at it.
Schumann says after ABC 10 aired her family's story, people began reaching out.
I think it was the following day I was contacted by Steve Kersley, and he kind of guided me through what should happen next.
It was an opportunity to be able to step in on this project and restore some faith in contractors and show that we are actually here to help people and improve people's lives.
The National Association of the Remodeling Industry, or NARI, is a resource and networking group for people in the construction industry. Steve Tankersley is the vice president of the Sacramento chapter. He wanted to use his connections and resources to help the Schumann family.
Got in here, we knocked it out in about 13 weeks from start to finish. It ended up costing roughly $130,000 to complete the project. That was with the generous donations we have. Again, we had about $100,000 in donations.
One of those donors, David's Plumbing.
We know what it's like to be taken advantage of by a company, and after seeing so many others in the Scammed by Anchored Tiny Homes Facebook group, it kind of just felt like the right thing to do.
David's Plumbing says Anchored Tiny Homes hired them in May to do $14,000 worth of plumbing work. 7 months later, they still have not been paid. Regardless of their own grievances, King says he was more than happy to be a part of this project.
It seemed like they had already spent so much money and lost so much, and really we had time to give. So it just seemed like a good thing to do, to give back to the community.
The community built from many people feeling betrayed by Anchored Tiny Homes. Over the past few months, the company went out of business, and the CEO and COO, Colton and Austin Paulus, filed for bankruptcy.
Everything that unfolded with the company is, there's still a lot of questions.
Anchored Tiny Homes used to be headquartered right here in this Fair Oaks Business Center, and their name used to be displayed right there on that sign. And now the Contractor State License Board says that they have revoked the company's license back in November, and they can't apply for a new one for at least another 5 years. The company's CEO, Colton Paulus, did not respond to ABC 10's request for comment, but he has been active on social media, writing this public Facebook post saying in part, "Nothing illegal was done. We simply grew too fast, scaled too quickly, and were not properly capitalized to support the growth." He says, "I wish it never happened, and I'm not a victim, I'm an overcomer."
I think that he's very far removed from the entire situation. He doesn't realize the impact of what he has done.
Despite ongoing financial issues with Anchored Tiny Homes, Schumann's father-in-law says he is looking forward to getting his life back on track in his now complete new home.
A little independence. Make a nice little patio, sit out here, have a coffee in the morning. I'm looking forward to it.
Sarah Schumann tells me she was able to save more than $96,000 to complete the ADU on her property because of all the help from NARI. The Contractor State License Board tells me if the Pauluses decide to reapply for a license, they would be subject to additional requirements like a disciplinary bond as a condition of reinstatement.
Coffee on the patio. Now that sounds nice.
That does sound nice, yeah.
Now, for people that are still, dealing with this, clients that are still looking for help, is there anything that they can do? Who should they turn to?
Well, Alex, there are hundreds of clients that are involved in this bankruptcy filing, and the Sacramento DA's office tells us that they are still taking Anchored Tiny Homes cases, and the Attorney General's office is referring all these people to the DA's office. You know, the bankruptcy case involving Anchored Tiny Homes owners is still ongoing, and it's working its way through the court system.
Yeah, and Jeannie has been covering this, so you already know. We'll keep you updated with the very latest. Jeannie, thank you for the update. We appreciate it.